Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Peglin. We have a little bit of pegging to do. We are on... Did it save the fact that I was on 14? No, I probably accidentally alt-tabbed. 14, 13, 14, 17. Let's work on the round roll. Actually, before we even begin a run, what was my previous runs in this game? I forgot what I played yesterday. Run summary. We had Spinventor with QR code boss. I don't remember this run at all. And then, oh right, the bulleted victory was literally a 10-minute bounce fest against the dragon. Maybe one of my most favorite runs I've ever had of this game at all time. At all times? We're gonna play as the round rule. Sorry, it's a little bit of a weird start today. One additional crit. Gain Delusion when you lose health. Pegboards start with 3 bombs. I will always take that if it's given to me. I legitimately think it's one of the best relics in the whole game. Wow, what a shot. That being said, it's probably... I probably overvalue it a little bit, but I mean, I still like it. I still like it a lot. I love having additional, damage being able to be dealt on the board. It solves some elite fights very nicely. Maybe not solves them, but it helps out a lot on some of those elite fights very nicely. And it ensures that you're never gonna be completely at the whims of the enemies. You'll have an out. The out might just be some bombs, but you'll at least have an out. Trying to not kill these enemies. Oh, never mind, we took some damage, whatever. Kill them. 27 gold means we can add an orb. Every time I try to make a spinny bank run work, it doesn't work. I don't think you can take this early. I think you have to take this later if you can somehow build money or get the relics that give you cash. Now, Toil and Trouble, I do like for the targeted damage and the spinfection, but how can I not go with my boy, AKA the Super Mega Ultra, oh man, this is an awkward layout here. Super Mega Ultra Rub Orb, favorite orb in the whole game. Spinning my head right round, baby, right round, like a record baby. I will take a Bramble, absolutely. It's a level 2. Yes, Spinny is, it's good, it's strong, it's powerful, but I think it's a little early. I don't think you can really take it this early. I think you gotta wait for it, so we'll wait for it. Now, more bombs, please. I do like having a Bramble in the deck. It's a good orb. It doesn't really do much against this boss, except it'll not hurt us if it hits a vine. But it's gonna be really good for some of the elites that we're gonna be fighting. I like it for that. We're gonna take some damage here. I guess just work on some of these pegs. There's enough bombs on the board that we can get out of this fight pretty easily. That's 120 damage to all enemies, and they're all dead. Okay, we didn't get enough money to upgrade, that's fine. I would also like to go to the right, so I hope we can. That's fine, that is fine. No, it's a wasted node. We're gonna have to go left, but that's okay. We can add something to the deck. You know what? Concentrication is acceptable. Yeah. Having something that can pierce through the board when we're dealing with the upcoming boss, that's fine. That's fine. I would have preferred to have done combat, if anything else, but you know, we can afford the occasional incorrect pathing. There wasn't a direct path down to the right though. That was the big problem there. But yeah, concentrication. It's a fun orb. It's a good one too. It, 250 damage on an immediate shot right there. That's pretty damn good. It's it does more damage than the laser orb, but it's affected by gravity more. It's an interesting trade-off. but because it does damage more, it's easier to use on a character that's not Spinventer. Refreshes the board when fired, converts pegs. Man, the damage is so low. It's a good way of getting refreshes, though. Cauldron Bubble for an AoE poison? I actually do like that a lot. Is this a projectile? It comes down from the top. I'm worried about mirrors, but I guess it doesn't do that much damage. So even if a mirror reflects it, it's not too bad. And then we'll have 4 non-starter orbs in our deck that we can start working with. Okay. I'm kind of like casting a bit of a wide net right now, but I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We can just try to figure out what this deck does well, and then work on that. So Bramble, we can Bramble the enemies that are summoned from the slime. This does a lot of damage. We'll get hit for 2. I still think you'd do it. Not the best shot, but it'll lock down some enemies for a second. And then let's wait on the Cauldron Booball. I would like to poison all of the enemies on the screen, ideally with an easy accessible crit. That's probably not gonna happen, but that's fine. We'll just, we're not even really doing that much damage, but that's totally acceptable. We'll just, you know, throw out whatever we can. That is such a low value shot, but they're all poisoned, and you're gonna spawn poisoned enemies. I'm happy. Concentrication is really interesting here because it'll just pierce through the entire central line. I gotta get that refresh, man. We're not really accomplishing that much. But we are doing quite a decent amount of damage to the boss. I'm liking that. I've said it once, I'll say it again. This might be my favorite mini boss in the whole game. And username, welcome. How are you doing today? What is going on in your little world that you've decided to grace us with your presence in the peg balls? You were frozen for a minute. I might be able to kill that guy. Maybe not. Quick, he's getting away. Get him. He's coming right for us. Well, that's not gonna do it. You get poisoned though. You know, maybe we could do it because that's a decent shot. Oh, we got him with the crit. Let's go. And then try to get some of this money. We want to manually navigate, so I am gonna try to like just go for the cash. Whatever. Still, 50 gold, not too shabby. Let us go for... Let's go for that concentrication. That's gonna be a really good one to have on that boss fight. Oh my God. These are both good, but we have the best relic in the entire game. We're gonna win. Okay, let me rephrase. We've had popcorn before and lost. We probably won't, but we have lost in the past. But this is, you know, game-winning relic. Easily game-winning relic. And I'm all for it. Give me that massive healing. I understand now a little bit more about why you might want to have a relic, like that boss relic. That means that you have a smaller aimer, but your shots activate pegs multiple times. Because we could do that here. We could have our shots activate pegs multiple times and we would get more popping corn. It is called popping corn. I don't know why it's called popping corn. That's not how you say the word popcorn. Good old-fashioned popping corn for when you want to pop and you just can't stop. You know what, this'll probably do it. That's not what I intended, but it did do it. Username says, good, I saw the stuff that is coming to Helldivers 2 tomorrow. Yeah, apparently they're gonna add in a actual, like, bolt action rifle with a bayonet on the end, which I think is very funny. I'll definitely be playing. Depends on when the hell Chris wants to get his ass up from bed. We have orbs to upgrade and we want combat, so I'm gonna go into the combat. We want combat because of popping corn. We want to get Peg's hit. So how do we synergize into the popcorn? Really, we want refreshes so we can get a lot of pegs on the board, and then we want durable pegs. This is a good opportunity for that. We might get ourselves in a situation where it's hard to hit specific pegs, like we might not be able to hit the refresh easily. That's just something that always happens. But I think that with the concentrication that we have in the deck, we could get ourselves out of a position like that pretty easily. So I think this is definitely a durable board. Everything's dead. And 51, we're gonna do all of these. We're gonna upgrade. Rub Orb needs it. Yeah, concentrication level 2 is fine. Give me the, well, it's either Rub Orb or Cauldron Bubble. Give me the Rub Orb. Yeah, give me the Rub Orb. We want to go left. When you play Against the Storm, you have it in your library. Is that a game I have in my library? I don't know if it's actually in my library, but I've got a lot of games in my library I've never played. I mean, this is a really good opening shot. They're all dead. This is beautiful because we want to, love to hit the crit. All right. We want to get this guy out on the board as soon as possible and start hitting him. Now the refresh is in an awful position. So after this shot, because I wanted to hit the bomb, we're gonna go straight for that refresh, and hopefully with the rub, you're in front. How interesting. Especially with the Rub Orb, I'm hoping that we can kind of bounce our way into here and hit the refresh. Perfect. Now you're in front. Okay. How interesting. I mean, thanks to the bramble, he's not going anywhere. And he's dead. Why is this run so easy? Is it just because of popcorn and the peg bayonet there? I don't know, but like everything is going just beautifully. 2 additional crits. Enemies start with exploitable. Let's go for the 2 additional crits because it's easier to build around synergies with that. We apply exploitable just by hitting enemies, so I'd rather just have the bonus damage, I think. Good vibes, placebo. I guess. When you evade, gain finesse. So now all of a sudden we're building a little bit critish. Although we don't really have Belusion in the deck. We have 1 Belusion Orb, which is something that we started with. That's fine. Get stuck. Get stuck, loser! Oh boy. Oh right, our bombs do more damage as well. It's gonna be a little more difficult to ensure that enemies are living. Dun, 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 dun. And let's go for like one of you. I mean, that's where I wanted it to go. Okay. Everything is going just like perfectly. I know we're not hitting the refresh. I kind of don't want to hit the refresh. I want to aim specifically for the money pegs. Because we have Dodgy Dagger, I'm gonna go for the Maneuver Orb first. I want to get Belusion up, Then we can try to like build into some crits potentially. That give us then give us finesse, and we can go from there. We can scale from there. Okay, I mean that was a great shot. What I would like to see is that relic that makes it so that crits trigger refreshes. That would be a really good one to see. Because we're gonna be, oh man, we're gonna be triggering crits all the damn time. We don't need to hit the refresh quite yet. We still don't need to hit it quite yet. What a great shot. Still don't need to hit it quite yet. Maybe we should have, because Concentrication could have hit it from anywhere. But I'm just gonna go for a shot here on the right. Not the best, but it did damage. Maybe now we'll go for it. And then maybe we can luck into hitting some of these bombs. I mean, we're hitting the boss pretty heavily. They have six exploitable, so they're gonna be exploited. I'm not hitting those crits, not easily anyways. That's fine. Kind of just waiting for the bramble, because if the bramble hits a vine, you don't get hurt from it. It doesn't pass through, but you don't get hurt from it. So it's a good shot just in case you can free some other orbs. And then if you get stuck, that's okay. So we do have 2 Spiness. We have been occasionally evading shots. This guy has 15 exploitable. I guess let's go for a shot then. 32 becomes 80, that's pretty good. And you're dead. We're gonna be at full health, that's beautiful. Shuffling is nice, but because we have the Concentrication, it's not super important. I'm instead gonna go for the big AoE Cauldron Bubble upgrade. And then, our deck is pretty much upgraded. We could go for a Round Squirrel. Round Squirrel's not bad. It may or may not last for the final boss, but it'll help get us there. Randomly add 2 rare orbs to your deck, randomly upgrade 5 times. We haven't done any removals, so that's pretty bad. As you start getting more pebbles in your deck, and it's harder to remove them, this gets worse and worse. And Cursed Mask, I've had good and bad luck with that. I think I don't care. I think I'm gonna go for the Round Squirrel. Satchel is fun though. Satchel is fun, but it should add 2 upgraded orbs to your deck. The fact that it upgrades randomly makes it almost useless. Sure, you could get good synergistical orbs, or you could get freaking nothing, you know? That variability makes it, I think, not very good. But if you could instead have it add 2 pre-upgraded rare orbs to your deck, I would be way more inclined. Because that would be downright almost good. I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill you. Oh, you're gonna hit me for 10. Excuse me, why am I coughing? All right, 44 go. Affected by Spiness multiple times. Activates crits multiple times. I mean, we do have a way of gaining Spiness, and there's crits on the board. Spin Point, I think, is also rare, so that's a very tempting orb. Especially with the wall coming up, it could do high damage. But actually, now that I think about it, we're never going to be attacked. We will never gain Spiness. Spin Point will never activate unless we have something that gives us crits, give us Spiness. Which is a relic. Like, okay, because there's another orb in the game. I forget what it's called. I think it's another small orb. It'll give you Spiness when you activate crits when it's in flight. This one is affected by Spiness and activates crits more times. It seems like those two orbs need to be combined because then they would actually be synergistical with one another during one shot. Because this one, it activates crits multiple times. Who cares? You need a relic to make this do anything. And for that other orb, you need lots of crits on the board for it to give you a lot of finesse, which means you need a relic that gives more crits on the board. So they're very like interdependently relic dependent on different relics. And you don't need both in your deck. You know what I mean? Like you could have this orb in your deck if you had a relic that gives you benefit when you hit crits, or you could have the other orb in your deck if you have another relic that gives you a lot of crits on the board, and you synergize into the finesse from that one. But like on its own, this doesn't do anything, and that's why I don't feel ever like adding these types of orbs, because it doesn't do anything. It activates crits multiple times. Who cares? What does that accomplish for me? Nothing. So instead, I'm gonna leave. And we're gonna go to the right, because there is a free relic. Darnunu, welcome! How are you doing today? Shinigami says, I enjoy the stream more than usual. Is it because of me? Did I do something? Am I your favorite? Better be. Otherwise, why the hell am I doing this if I'm not your specific favorite, Shinny? Shinny? You should probably hit that refresh. And get those ground squirrels in action. Dude, I love rubber. Look at the rubber peg. It's so good. We could fire this, but it doesn't seem necessary, does it? I think I'd rather just fire this one. All right, you're all poisoned. Good luck. Like, all I gotta do is hit like 1 or 2 more bombs and you're all dead. That one didn't do anything. Well, it's okay. We got another bomb we can hit. Now you're dead. You know, a second evasive maneuver orb is tempting because it's 44 Belusion, but the damage doesn't scale for the boss fight. And at this point, I am looking specifically for anything that can help me scale. Take the thing that activates crits multiple times. Activating a crit doesn't matter. We don't have the fleece. I guess I could add it in case we get the fleece, but I don't think that's a viable long-term strategy. Take something because it could be good. Okay, I mean, I guess. Okay, I need to like actually get some damage done. You know, it's something. Maybe we can hit some bombs to go along with it. We're taking damage, but it does not matter as much because of the popcorn. Although we're taking a lot of damage, but that's just par for the course for, you know, fights like this. Now, grant Spiness after attacking could synergize with the orb that gives you Spiness where Spiness affects it multiple times, I suppose. Like, I'm looking at it, and I don't see how we scale right now. We don't have damage scaling for the boss fight. What do we need in the deck? I guess relics. Blind isn't gonna help us. There are multiple shops coming up. Maybe we can find something there. Yeah, I feel like I am, I guess if we can find something that does synergize with crits, we can go into the crits. And maybe I should be leaning into it and hoping that we get something. But is hope enough? I'm like trying to talk as though it's existential questions. Is hope enough? Well, I don't know if hope is enough, honestly. I don't know hope very, very well. I'm gonna overkill you by 311. Hell yeah. Grant Spiness after attacking. All right, you know what? I'll add it. I'll add it because it was pre-upgraded, and after thinking about it, I think we do need to try to build into something. You know what? If we get the dude with the investments, oh, hell yeah. We can invest, or we can get his relic. There will be fire on the board, and if we land in the fire, it will give us Spiness. Okay. So there you go. I think that's what we want. Oh, that's fine. This is an acceptable direction. Bombs activate nearby pegs. That's really good. We're gonna go to the right. I would like to visit the shop. We can't buy a relic though. Maybe we'd rather just fight then. We'd get 1 combat, 1 elite, or anything. A shop and a chest. I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go left. Health doesn't matter for the boss, so we'll do this. Okay. So I have 1 way of gaining Spiness, and then with the dodge that we gain, if we land in fire, it will allow us to do more damage. Sure, why not? Ah, we got a problem though. Well, maybe not a problem. The round squirrels, if they hit the 0.5, that will be multiplied. 0.5 means it'll be 0.25. So we want times 2 to get like a times 4 damage shot. So when we end up having high damage orbs, we want to fire in the direction of the times 2s to make the round squirrels hit over there. Because if we ever hit 0.5, yeah, our damage is gonna start suffering. How interesting. Okay, I mean, let's give it a go. Oh, it didn't even penetrate his shield. That's fine. Again, health does not matter. We'll take all the damage we can take. Rather, we'll take all the damage we need to take. I can't believe you live. So round squirrel, 1 went in the 0.5, 1 went into the times 2, so they ended up canceling each other out. We have 22 Belusion. We didn't dodge the fire, which is what we want. We want to dodge the fire so that we get evasion, which gives us, wow, which gives us Spiness. I mean, we're already at times 7. That's not too bad. Please times 2. Times 2, times 2. So if we get times 2, times 2, times 2, we can easily kill this boss. He will be freaking destroyed. It makes me curious about a Jack Orb Lantern. You know, we can hit the times 2, have it wrap, hit the times 2, have it wrap, hit the times 2, have it wrap. And that could be kind of fun. Hit a lot of round squirrels, get a lot of damage, get down tonight. Abe forgot to turn his mic and just streams while we have fun. I could ignore chat all the time and not just most of the time. Have you seen what the squirrel artifact does? Yeah, basically, every time you hit 30 pegs, you get a freebie orb, which it has no special properties. It'll just buff the damage of your current orb if it hits things. So round squirrels, they can activate the bonuses at the bottom, so we can get times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2 if we get lucky. And I'm kind of leaning into that here a little bit. I'll take a Jack Orb. 2 money when the board is refreshed. Belusion is increased to 999. I have nothing that gives us Belusion. This gives us money. We don't need money. I'll take Belusion cap. Look at this spooky game. Hey, Chris, what's going on? Honestly, I'm scared of Peglin. I don't know about you. This game gets pretty scary. I mean, look at this. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Okay, we just hit the ×2, or the 1/2 twice. Thank you, game. Piece of garbage. ×2, ×2, ×2, ×2. That was a 3,000 damage shot, which is what we're gonna need. Oh, I was on the wrong computer screen. So I'm gonna actually aim for the mirror if I can. Beautiful. Any damage we take pretty much does not matter. And then let's see what happens with this. Is this gonna be a reflected shot? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say it can target all enemies. It says it hits all enemies. So I was just a little confused. I need to hit that refresh. We've been neglecting refreshes. All right, that's not gonna do it. We're gonna take a little bit of damage. Go ahead, scale. I need a better orb. That'll do it. Not the half. Not more halves. Okay, not too many more halves. There you go. We're taking a lot of self-damage from the fire, but I guess that's kind of intentional. Double, we only have 1 poison, it's not good enough. Roundabout, crit fired backwards, hits the enemies. We have a couple of AoE piercing orbs, we don't need it. I'm just going to continue. And we'll fight the boss. You gotta continue your Resident Evil experiences. Oh, we might still be doing that. Let's go to the lobby. What the? Okay, half. ×2, ×2, ×2. Okay, I mean, that's good enough damage. 1,300 damage in the first shot is honestly more than I sometimes get. So that's acceptable. I like that. Hey, you know what? Double ×2, I'll take it. 84 damage. Hell yeah, brother. And then the best orb in the entire game goes. Come on! Super bounce. All right, that did like 80 damage. Not a very good bounce. There you go. ×2, ×1. 1,100 damage. Now it's time for the Jack Orb to shine. We want it to hit ×2, ×2, ×2, ×2, and just keep hitting it over and over again. Although it seemed like it didn't activate the ×2 when it or the ×1 when it landed in it. It seems like it only activated the final shot, which is interesting and unexpected. I really thought it would, you know, activate each time it wraps the board, but that's not the case, I don't think. Yeah, our damage is definitely slowing. We gotta work on that. Fire's fine. Fire is a dodge, is finesse. Okay, 700 damage, 800 damage shot. We're getting there, we're getting there. A little slow, but we're getting there. I see a ×2 in my future. Multiple ×2s. 4,000 damage, there you go. You just need to get lucky once, and you get a lot of time on this fight to get lucky. All right. I think a ball lightning is nice. Hits the bombs. Big AoE. We have Spiness theoretically. It's another targeted orb, which I like. One fewer refresh, cannot aim, or kinetic meteorite. It's got to be kinetic. The other two I might be untakeable, but they're situational and we're not in those situations. What's that? Relic spawning multiple balls. That is the 50 hat. We're gonna get 50 more free balls before it runs out. It is good for scaling damage. Honestly, I kind of like it for those Act 2 bosses that have a lot of HP. Because you can, lovely, you can more easily rack up the damage that you need to kill them if you've got something like that. Okay, stop taking so much damage. You know what, give me a rubber. I love that orb. It's my favorite orb. Who's our boss? I didn't check. Explosive Peglin Man. Peglin Man. We'll probably run out. We used 8 charges on that one fight. We'll probably run out of the hat when we get there. So it's going to be a lot of like AoE, explosion, bramble shots. I don't think we need these. I think well, with Spiness, Double Trouble's not that bad. I think what I'm looking for is I'm going to look for a big piercing orb at this point. Let's chill. Pumpkin is not as good as I thought it was going to be, unfortunately, but that's okay. This is where I want big bombs. I forgot that the shot would bounce. That's fine. It's a good times 2. I guess the round squirrels will also... Nice. Pop from kinetic meteorite, which is nice. This fight is usually a little slow, so I'm not surprised. We're, you know, slowing down a little bit right now, even. And I would love that amulet, the amulet of Mega Bounce. Honestly, there you go. Good. One more dead. There's not really anything left on the board even. Now, an Echo Orb is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. Some sort of a big AoE orb. Now we've got one. All right, I tend to want to ignore elites on this floor. There's a big question mark path into a shop. I think we're gonna go that route. There will probably be combat. Jack Orb is never as good as you think it will be. I don't know, usually my Jack Orb is pretty good. No, but you are right. Jack Orb seems to always be a little bit underwhelming. What kind of a bounce was that? That was stupid. Yeah, Jack Orb, it's a wild one. It always seems to be lackluster. I would love it times 2. Spiness after attacking. I'd rather do this than a P-ball. You always regret it. Well, it's not a regretting decision today, but it is, like, it's not activating the ×2 when it goes down the hole, which is the entire reason I took this. So it is a little underwhelming. It's still fine. You know, it's hitting, it's doing damage, you know, whatever. But yeah, not as good as I thought it would be. Now, Evasive Maneuver Orb level 2 is tempting to help gain more evasion for the dodgy dagger. Evasion's also good, especially with the bosses we're gonna be having. So I think I'm just gonna, well, you know what? Frick. We got the shop coming up. I would like to go to the shop. If I fight the elite, we'll have enough money for the shop. We have 81 HP. Okay. It's likely we're going this direction anyways because we were prioritizing the left side of the board, so I figured let's go for it. Honestly, I'm okay with Pegta. I think this will be fine. I mean, it's gonna suck, but I think it'll be fine. 44 Belusion immediately is pretty good. You know what? Do it again. Okay. Maybe this is where the pumpkin has a chance to shine, a board like this that's really weird. We're dodging pretty well. Like, I'm happy for that. We need to hit something. 0 damage. Beautiful. All right, let's get some damage on the board, maybe. I think I'm just gonna discard that one. $58 Belusion. Refresh. I can hit it. So often, you hit nothing after you hit the refresh. It's so frustrating. And honestly, with this finesse, Echo Orb is good enough on its own. Our health is a lot lower than I was hoping it would be. We gotta be careful. I think you're dead. You know, it doesn't trigger the fire. That's a positive. It doesn't trigger the fire unless it's the final impact. That sucked. We're gonna heal. Now I feel real bad about maybe going to the shop, but at least we got a relic out of it. Double damage below 25% health. Crits below 50% health. Let's do double damage super low. Kirko says, I dislike that the game punishes you heavily if you don't pick orbs with piercing. At a certain point, you do need piercing. Yeah. There's far too many... far too many clusters of enemies. We can duplicate all. It's not great, but it's less health loss, and it's honestly fine. And I think I just want to go big question mark path because it's probably the safest path. One combat, you know, could be red bombs. We might heal out of it. We can pay for healing, but we'll probably get combat here. Hopefully it's not an elite. I know there's a relic here, but I need some health. We could go this heavy combat path into a shop and then have money. Theoretically. Let's give that a go. I would like combat, I think, right now. Oh, kinetic meteorite. We need to heal. That's the big one. Oh, goodness, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, God. Lightning gives you a lot of health, at least. I mean, this is a very dangerous fight. Oh my God, this is a very dangerous fight. We need to do as much damage as quickly as possible. These enemies will scale beyond our ability to control them. Okay, that's good. It buys us a lot of time. And then, big ball lightning. Not as big as I was hoping for, but we got some health out of it. Okay. It's honestly fine for now. Okay, we can get maybe one more heal. Every point of HP matters. It pays for the bombs that we're activating. Barely. Okay, heal up. A third echo orb? It's not bad, but we don't need it, and I would like to have a little bit more health, I think. Okay. Go this way. The board is refreshed, deal damage to all enemies. So this elite fight took a lot out of us. I think I need to do the combat to heal, and we need to get easy combats. But are there easy combats where we can heal? Like, the mushroom fight is very dangerous. There's a lot of fights with exploders. You know what the best fight for us would be? The fight where all of the enemies are invisible. That's probably the best one for us. This one's also really good for us. I'll grant you that. Give me some round squirrels. There we go. Lightning has not been bouncing around as much as I'm hoping it would. I will fire the bramble. It's gonna lock him in place. Whoever says I would go left. Do you mean in this path or in the question marks? I think we need the healing because I know that explosive fight with Fat Peglin boss. He scales a lot, and we're gonna need to do a lot of damage. So I think this is what I like. Okay, you should be killed. You should be killed. I think I want another ball lightning. No, we're saving for the shop. Let's save for the shop. Heal up. Yeah, heal up. Save for the shop. But I am thinking, okay, if we save, or if we take another ball lightning, it hits a lot of pegs, which can heal us. Question mark could be anything. It could even be a battle with healing. This is the fight I was worried about. You're not wrong. It could be a battle with healing. This is not a very good opening shot. It's gonna do virtually no damage. My echo orbs are not even on the screen. That's also very dangerous, so. Weirdly enough, kinetic meteorite is messing up the shots because the shots are not able to hit the bombs where I want them to be hit. So this fight's gonna take a lot of health out of us. But, it's gonna be 200 damage is not enough. Frick! Half damage. Thank you, that's a huge damage improvement. Okay, one's dead. The freaking plants though, they gotta go. Well, okay. Evasive maneuver orb first. Hopefully we luck into a crit, and hopefully the crit allows us to dodge this shot, unless we can kill him. He's not quite dead. That's a lot of damage to take, but hopefully this will kill the mushrooms. Poison them, okay. We're almost done. Oh no, the bouncing. We're gonna have to heal out of this. Some fights, you know, you just gotta hope that you can survive and then heal your way out of it. And that's one of those fights. That's a lot of the fights on this floor. You take a lot of, you know, constant damage. Oh God. I figured let's just go for it. And we went for it. And, you know, life is pain, but we lived. We are getting the hard fights, but to be honest with you, all of the fights here are insanely difficult and you take a ton of damage on all of them. I don't know how to build a run that can easily handle these floors anymore. I think I used to be able to do it and now I'm just like, I'm just gonna accept my death, my incoming demise. Because this is rough. You get fights like this that just give you tons of red bombs and you hurt yourself on it, or you get fights like the mushrooms that they do a lot of damage every turn. The bombs could kill us if we hit too many of them. Yep,